Good evening, everyone, and thanks for being here this Tuesday at 5. I'm Leslie Adamy.
I'm Mike Gillespie. We do begin with breaking news tonight, as less than an hour ago, the CEO of the Port of Corpus Christi, Sean Strawbridge, resigned.
His resignation came at the end of today's regularly scheduled meeting at the Port Commission at the Ortiz Center. This after Port Commissioners spent time in a closed-door executive session with Strawbridge. Now, we do have our Michael Gibson, who is joining us live now with more on this resignation. So, Michael, what can you tell us?
Well, again, that action that was it took place here at the Port Commission was on the agenda, actually. So we had heard that this has been in the works for months. But Sean Strawbridge is still on the job right now. And, of course, those are the Port Commission headquarters. And he's going to stay here until May 31st. But, again, I spoke with the chairman of the Port Commission, Charlie Zahn, who told me, again, he'd been working with Sean Strawbridge for months on his resignation, and basically, again, he will stay on the job until May 31st and has 31 more months on his contract, according to Zahn, and that will be paid out to him by the Port of Corpus Christi. Now, Strawbridge has been the Port CEO for a little over 5 years. Over that time, he has brought the port to where it is right now, as the #1 port in the entire country as far as tonnage goes. Over the past few months, they have continued to break those records. Strawbridge was also working on bringing in a desalination plant over on Harbor Island. Also, over the past few years, he and the city of Corpus Christi have been at odds over the desal issue, but one port commissioner, Dr. Brian Gully, feels that another bright and productive executive has been run out of town.
It's a dark day for the port to lose a talent like that, and it's really sad for this community that we seem to have trouble retaining talent in this area for very long. You know, we lost our EDC director a few months ago, he only brought $50 billion worth of investment in this area. So it seems to be a pattern, and I hate to see it. I've lived here all my life.
We have a few more cargoes that will arrive before those sanctions actually take effect later.
And again, Commissioner of the Port Chairman, Charlie Zahn, saying he had been working again with Strawbridge for months on this. There have been reports of extravagant spending, etc. here at the port, but Charlie Zahn says that did not factor into this decision. It was purely based on Sean Strawbridge feeling that it was time that he left because of all of the constant attacks on the port and on himself. Back to the studios.
All right, Michael Gibson, thanks for that. And we do want to mention here that I will be sitting down with Sean Strawbridge tomorrow as we talk together about what led to this decision and what's going to be coming up in the few days that he has left on the job. So look for that report here tomorrow night.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan, Mike. And